Welcome to another edition of Pittsburgh Sportsline at Sips Sports Bar, 3024 West Liberty Avenue, 15216. I might have sad news. We don't know. We have a tentative sale on Sips Sports Bar. It hasn't been official yet. We got the Kamikaze Kid giving us an update a little later on the show. He's our financial guru in Pittsburgh, but we'll bring him up. And this could be our last show. This is our 81st show, not counting the one show that somehow didn't get uploaded. So we have 82, counting that show. And we're happy to be here. It's just been a great time being at Sips Sports Bar. You can see all of our shows on YouTube, and that's Pittsburgh Sportsline at Sips. Put in a date from February of 2013. And then all of our TV shows, that's what these are. A lot of people don't understand Smokin' Jim. I ran into 5 more people this weekend. How's that radio show you're doing? It's TV. Pittsburgh Sportsline on TV, Verizon 32. If you don't know, I'll repeat it. Verizon 32, only Comcast 7 in Bethel Park. That's just how Comcast is. And YouTube, everything else is there. Go to Pittsburgh Sportsline on Facebook. Devin, you didn't check out the latest number. I saw 3435 when I left the house. Whoa, Devin Shea just gave me the update. 3538. Thank you. Oh, 3438. I'm sorry. We appreciate it. Never thought we'd get to this many likes. Oh, I thought he was coming up to be a guest. You never know with Kamikaze Kid. So we appreciate it. I'm Al Levine, the talking machine. We got Smokin' Jim Frazier. Zach Brenner just come back from Dover, and that's the NASCAR Smokin' Jim. Took some great photos there, he said. So he'll be arriving shortly once he showers and shaves. Well, not the beard, but he'll be here. We always start with what's on our mind.
Thanks, Al Levine, the talking machine. And if you want the green, you got to see Levine. I like to start off each and every show by giving a shout out to my main man, Dan the Man. Dan makes the best coffee on the planet. If you like coffee, order a cup from Dan. You won't be disappointed. Please take care of your bartenders and waitresses. And if you haven't done so already, do yourself a favor. Grab a menu, because 2 weeks ago, I had the best meatball hoagie you ever had in my life, and it's because of the Chef Pete's in the back. Big hand for international master photographer Bill Boyce is in the house. We got international supermodel Sindel Barnes is in the house. We have an inspiring model that's here for her first time. Big hand for Chelsea and her sister, sitting back here under the TV. I was going to have him stand up. I got 13 God kids, and none of their dads are in their lives. I got 13 God kids, and none of their dads are in their lives. And right now we got Sean. He's here with his baby girl in the house right now. I guess he's in the back.
He's changing a diaper. I got the latest update.
No,
there
I know
it is.
Sean, he's in the back breastfeeding.
I hope you didn't say that on air.
Hey, listen, you can't win in the National Football League if you don't have shutdown cornerbacks. Who's number 39? B.W. Webb. Who's 25? Bryce McCain. Who's number 39? Antoine Blake. They look like the Three Stooges on Sunday. We already know that William Gay's a bum. He gave up the game-winning touchdown again. Listen, growing up, my favorite superhero was Batman. My second favorite superhero was the $6 Million Man. Cortez Allen is the Pittsburgh Steelers' $6 million man. The Steelers is paying Cortez Allen $6 million a year. He's no superhero. I call Cortez Allen Houdini because he disappears from more games than anybody I ever seen. In 2012, the Pittsburgh Steelers needed a cornerback, but they didn't draft one. 2013, the Pittsburgh Steelers needed a cornerback, but didn't draft one. 2014, the Pittsburgh Steelers needed a cornerback, but didn't draft one. Because the Pittsburgh Steelers didn't take a cornerback, it tells me one thing. The Pittsburgh Steelers don't want to be great. They just want to be 8-8.
You done yet, Smoking Jim? We had some bets here. Now, we don't condone betting, but I was all in when a guy asked me, do you think we're going to hear 8-8? It's not too great? And he was the last one to say it. Before you got here, he was the last one. So,
Yay!
Thank you very much. I'm not going to talk about Steelers because everybody knows they've been rebuilding the last 3 years. It's quite obvious. What I'm going to talk about is the Buckin playoffs. That's BUC, large N, playoffs. 2 years in a row. All the naysayers, including myself, didn't think Nutting could go by an 8 or 9 year plan. Well, I was wrong. He did stick to an 8 or 9 year plan. It's not bad. The 5-year plan didn't work out. We have some great minor leaguers. They've also rediscovered some pitching, so we have some winning pitchers. Now we got Edison Volquez going to start the playoffs on Wednesday. And I know you're a baseball man now, Smoking Jim, so you're not going to miss that. And that's a home field game against San Francisco. Let me know what the heavy money looks like in that game. But I'm just happy to be here in Pittsburgh talking Pirates in October. It's a rare time that we ever had that. And we got a lot of great guests coming up, so I'm done with the Pirate talk. Drink the Kool-Aid. There's room on the bandwagon still, Smoking Jim. If you're not a fan, after they win the game against San Fran, the bandwagon will be wide open again. So that's it.
I tell you what, we got a guy here, always say he's the most in-shape guy I ever met. We got young fighters today come in the ring out of shape, out of condition. Here's a guy that retired from the ring a few years ago, but still usually the best in-shape guy there. I'm not sure if it's all natural, but please a big hand for my man, Staggerwald.
Welcome to the show.
Thank you.
Have a seat. Tell them your name since...
Rick Staggerwald from Northside, PA.
Exactly. And I told him after the Monte Meza Clay fight that we had to have him. We'll look at Bill. You can get a photo while we're filming. And I said, wouldn't it be great to have you and Monte on here? Well, we got you here. So, I mean, that's half of the card. But he's like an onion. He got so many layers. Smoking Jim, I'll let you look at some of this, but first we'll talk some other stuff about boxing. Okay, to start?
Sure.
You can check that out, Smoking Jim, while we do an interview here.
Okay, great.
Now, when did you start boxing?
I was 11 years old when I first started boxing.
Now, was that out in the streets or was that in a gym?
Well, out in the streets, I had been fighting for quite a few years, and I had 2 older brothers too, so I got a lot of tune-ups.
I understand that. I heard you have 5 brothers. You want to say hi to anybody, or even your wife and daughter? Because you just come back from vacation for a birthday.
Yeah. We were down at Marco Island, Florida.
Who took you there?
My wife and daughter and my son-in-law.
Nice.
Yeah, we went down for my 60th birthday.
Wow. He's sick. No,
Get out of here. No way. No way.
Easy. Wow. I don't want to get hit in the middle of that.
You see here, he knocked the guy's headgear off.
He wasn't 11 years old there.
That was back in the day. I'll tell you what, man. The Golden Gloves in Pittsburgh at that time, boy, everybody fought them. All the building trades came. Back then, the most difficult part for you fighting was breathing all the cigar smoke.
I was at some of those.
And it was just everybody had a cigar.
Wow.
What was that, Monzo's?
We fought at Monzo's, but
Where's Monzo's at?
Monroeville.
Doing that on purpose. No, I can't.
I know, but we used to fight at the Market House on Southside. That's where the preliminaries were at. Then you fought over.
That was in the early 70s.
Yeah, it's from the 60s.
Yeah.
Yeah, because I started fighting.
I was
in
a
the
little
60s.
young then, so.
Yeah, not much younger.
No, you only got me by 2. Well, we talked, Smoking Jim. Unlike you, unlike him, he didn't know if you were 70, 60, or 50.
How old is he again?
Yeah, he'll ask me later. He got me by 2. Come on now.
But we fought at that Market House, and a lot of times when people don't realize it's about the smells. You know, our taste buds and our smell and our senses like that. The first time I walked in the gym, our gym was on the south side. It was above D's Bar, the south side AC. It was the
I know D's Bar, yeah.
best gym in the city.
Wow.
And the first time I walked in, I was 11 years old. And I fought for PAL back then. My trainer was a policeman named Jack Stuttermeyer. And I was fighting in the neighborhood, as usual. And I was fighting my cousin. We had our annual fight. We fought 4 times a year when the weather changed.
Oh, good.
And anyhow, we're rolling around and on the ground. And
These are true stories.
this guy comes up the street from school. He was at Perry. We were at Nativity Grade School. And he breaks us up, and we're walking down the street. And I'm small now, but I was a peanut then. And we're walking down, and he said, hey, he goes, kid, you're too small to be rolling around on the ground. He said, you got to learn how to box. I said, I love learning how to box because I was tired of getting my butt kicked. And so we're walking down. He said, well, Mike, I just moved in 2 doors from you. His name was Chucky Stammer. I was one of the best fighters back then. When he fought, some of the guys that he fought with back in the day was Mitchell Brown.
Yeah.
If you remember Mitchell Brown from the Hill.
Oh, yeah.
I mean,
From the Hill, definitely.
he
We're
fought a lot
up
of
on
them.
the Hill.
Yep, at
You
the
know,
new gym up there.
yeah, at the new gym.
But he fought them, and I just remember, he said, you get on and ask your dad. And my gym bag back then was a Gerber's bag, if anybody remembers that. It was a Gerber's bag, and I was proud of it, man. I had it greased, and it was ready to go. He said, bring a towel and gym trunks, and
You were good to go.
the first day I walked into that gym, and it was like, it was the numbers place on the 2nd floor, you know. But they
No, that never happened in Pittsburgh.
I don't know what kind of numbers, but they just said
1, 2,
numbers.
3, 4.
But I know right before 7 o'clock, them phones were ringing.
It was busy.
But I just remember the smell walking in there.
Yeah,
And I played football for a long time,
right.
baseball and everything. And I just remember when I was there and all that noise and all the bags going and all the fighters. I mean, we had great Patty McGlynn, Timmy Ward, Dr. Ward, he's in charge of Children's Hospital.
Yeah.
He was a tremendous fighter.
Really?
And tells me a while ago, he's in charge of Children's Hospital, the orthopedics. He had 6 kids himself. He tells me one day out there, I'm working in the street, steam fitting.
Yeah.
He's out there taking a break. He looks down in the pit, and I'm in the pit. He goes, Rick, what are you doing?
Working.
Doing my job.
Just like you're doing your
Anyhow,
job up
he
there,
told-
sir.
He told me that he never really wanted to fight. He did it for his dad.
And he was that great.
He was that great. His dad was an inspector for the city. Like I said, it was a lot of police ran the league.
Here's some history in Pittsburgh. Here's Smoking Jim. Well, here, hold this picture up. Hey, Devin, I don't know if you can get a close-up. Hold that up while you're young. This will be a BP TV first.
Back in the day. If you could tell with the helmet on, the bloody nose.
And what year was that?
1977. It was for the Golden Gloves Championship. I was a 130-pound class champion, light welterweight.
Wow.
But you got to remember, when it says 9,375, that's not counting all the freebies. There was 12,000 people in there.
Yeah.
Wow.
In the Civic Arena.
Yeah.
There was more fights in the stands than there was in the.
I remember seeing
in the
a
ring.
couple of those.
Wow.
And our theme for coming in, because the movie just came out, was Rocky.
Yeah. Yeah, that's chilling. It was just unbelievable.
It was chilling.
Yeah, it was.
Because I saw that movie, and you know, when you're trained, like a lot of people don't realize today, like Monty
hold
Clay,
Yeah.
Monty Clay and all these guys. What they don't realize is these guys today, the training, the time you spend there, you're constantly thinking about it.
Right.
Not a moment goes by that you're looking at fries, Big Jim's eating fries.
Yeah.
You don't see Monty Clay eat no fries.
That's true.
You know what I mean?
That's true.
Because they.
He's
they
not
just-
fighting though.
They just know he might be.
Well, he might fight his way out
I
of
thought
here.
maybe you and him.
Well,
People don't realize that today. What you
good
go
point.
through.
Hold it. It sounds like you have a gym.
Yeah.
Why
I
don't you
do.
talk about that a minute?
Yeah, well, I was lucky enough years ago to procure a gym, and I had one of the best gyms.
That means he bought a gym. He procured one. You got to explain something.
everything.
Yeah, yeah.
So I look, told him to take a 50
We'll
cent
fight
ones out.
later. Yeah. Put the nickel ones, please.
But anyhow, I had my own gym out in Warrendale years ago, and it was the best gym because I had everywhere I ever went on vacation, and all the places I fought in Philly, New York, West Virginia, Ohio. When I was coming up through, I took the best of every gym,
Did you?
and I built this gym. I had a ring on scaffold wheels because I had an 18-foot garage door. I built a 16-foot ring, and we would roll it outside and spar in the summertime.
And that's the steam fitter mentality that
I
they
had
do.
400 man hours in it to build it myself.
400.
You know them people say they're going to help you?
Yeah.
Not a one.
They give you that
Build it
attaboy.
myself.
Attaboy, I'm behind you.
400 hours. I kept
Wow.
track.
Wow.
So that gym passed, and I was lucky enough to, now I just do it a little bit in a small place out there. But I kind of changed it because people were getting bored with just the boxing.
Sure.
So I changed
You mix
it.
it
I
up.
come up with a thing, a boxing CrossFit.
Get on.
So I'm one of the only ones in Pittsburgh. that
How do they
this.
get a hold of Boxing CrossFit? Give the number out where you're
You
at.
can reach me at r.stag@hotmail.com.
Okay.
Yeah.
That'd be
But I
great.
do that. It's on my card. I thought I gave you a
You
card.
did give me a card. I got it.
But,
So I might even have it at home. I got that. You got to carry more than one card.
No,
See,
I
I'll
do.
give you
I
a
have
couple of
another
mine.
one. I
Yeah.
have another one.
Give Smoking Jim one because I think after
You
that
better get off them
10,
fries.
I want
You
to
got
fry.
it.
Wait a second. I got to have at least two out of that
I'll be
basket.
getting- You'll never. Yeah, you better get it
Look,
now.
look, I'm trying to keep that weight off, and he's helping
You better
me.
get it now. Don't put your fingers near his mouth.
Oh, you know what? I did lose one. Look, he nipped that one. No, but that's some great stuff. No, I didn't realize that you did all these things.
Yeah.
Like I was saying, you just see in the ring, you're one of the best referees that I've seen over all the years that I've been going to boxing, from being a young kid to everything else, and having friends of mine fight, in the ring. It's just how you take control. And he's one of these referees that will actually tell guys to start boxing, right, Smoking Jim?
That's right.
He tells guys, we're not going to mention any names or anything, but I've been to a few fights where he's like, come on, guys,
Yeah.
this is boxing.
Well, I'll tell you what. I'm what you call a fighter's referee.
Okay.
You understand? Like, if you're a fighter, you love having me in there because I don't bother you. If you're working, your hands are free.
Right.
Punch or get out. You understand? The holding stuff doesn't fly with me.
What's all this grabbing?
Because that's the way I fought. You understand? And some people take advantage of it. Throw a couple punches, hold. Throw a couple punches, hold.
Yeah.
And I'm a puncher. I was a puncher myself.
Sure.
And I have quite a few knockouts from right hands and lefts too. And that would aggravate me. I mean, I didn't fight anybody my size. I remember fighting a kid from the hill,
Hold it. Tell us how tall you really are.
5'6",
5'6".
with heels.
Gotcha. They aren't high heels either. The steam fitters won't. Before you retire, you can't be wearing the high heels, all right?
Right, platform.
Yeah,
Good.
platform, yeah.
I'm bringing the platforms back.
Back in the day, I'll bet you had
Let's go,
8-inch
Dave.
platforms.
You better believe I
Yeah. And you had your white suit, Johnny
We had them
Travolta.
we had them bell-bottom shoes. You couldn't tell that you had platforms on.
They thought you were 6'2".
Well, at least 5'9".
Oh, okay.
But I had 3 inches. But no, I kind of like in the ring. I kind of, I don't want people taking advantage of all these little idiosyncrasies that they learn in the gym. A lot of guys, when they learn today, what happens is, the elbows, the stepping on the foot, the stuff that Fitzy Zivik used to do. I mean, they teach that stuff to these guys.
Right.
And there's a lot of our guys now that have been in higher echelon that I've refereed since they were kids, since they were little kids.
Right.
Before they could even get their golden gloves, they would put them on first.
Yeah.
And I watched them how they matured and how these guys, and I know the guys that train.
Sure.
I knew it was coming down the pipe.
Right,
You know?
right.
Throw a couple punches, hold and hit.
So you can
Catch one hand.
anticipate
I
some
was
of that.
anticipating. I really don't like to be saying that much, but if you're coming to fight in my ring, you better be fighting.
Well, I've seen certain fights, so that confirms what I've seen. Sometimes you're as quiet as a church mouse, not even putting your hands on there. Other times, you're right in the middle of that.
I love it. That's one of the best fights when they obey my commands at all times. That's
Yeah.
the best fight for me. That's the best fight for you. And when I'm in the back, I don't know if you ever heard my speech in the back. I talk
No, I
to them
didn't.
about. You should listen to it one day because they usually clap at the end.
Yeah.
I'm talking Mexicans, Puerto Ricans, Argentinians, who's ever there. The
Yeah.
interpreters are explaining it to them, and they'll come up and shake my hand afterwards. Because I tell them, you guys are both warriors. You got here the same way.
Right.
You earned it. You got here. That's why you're here. So you have to have respect in the ring, because that's where you run into trouble. When they get themselves so mad at the other fighter,
Right.
now they're frustrated by maybe the guy's got a better jab at them,
Sure.
and then they're starting to fight. Makes my job harder.
Yeah.
Makes me want to take points off you. I do not want to be the deciding factor in that fight.
Right. Well, let's get to the Monty Meza Clay fight, which I thought was the fight of the year, bar none. I mean, all over the country. This fight was nonstop, just unbelievable. What did you think? What's your analysis of that fight?
Well, my analysis from the best seat in the house.
Yes.
I mean,
It was better than ours. We were right behind
little
Mike
bit, not
Tyson.
much, but a little bit,
You
you
saw
know?
we were sitting right there. Smoking Jim was with the new Pittsburgh Courier. He didn't have the Pittsburgh Sports Line seats that night, so he was up in
he
the.
got stiff.
Well, we didn't know he'd make it there. We were still negotiating. We'll have him in the next one at the Console
Yeah,
Energy
Consul,
Center.
November 14th.
Yeah.
Sammy Vasquez.
We put our order in, Smoking Jim, on TV.
That
So,
was one of the best fights. I've done about 30 World Championship fights on Showtime and HBO,
Yeah.
ESPN, Fox Sports, and that was one of the best.
for this year, anyhow.
That's in my
Right.
top 5 fights that I've done.
Ever.
Because, I've done, years ago, I was lucky enough to do a couple big fights, the Spatafora fights here in Pittsburgh,
Oh,
the
okay.
different ones, over the years.
Great.
But I did the Marquez fight here. When Spatafora fought here, HBO put Marquez and
Yeah.
Robbie Peden on. So it was like his first top 20 fights. I'm going to tell you what a fighter he was back then.
Wow.
You know? And you can tell when they show the age
Yeah.
of how he fights now. I mean, he's still great now, but
Yeah.
back then, he was a punching machine.
Wow.
And I was privileged enough to do it, you know?
Sure.
So when I did that fight there, you know, the problem was the height disadvantage.
Yeah.
That had to be close to a foot. I'm just guessing,
With Monty, yeah.
okay?
Yeah.
But the way Monty was working, I was worried. He was so close to the low blows.
Sure.
With him just because of his height.
Right.
I was worried. I had to stay close because
No,
of
I
that
noticed that. And with your size and his size, you were right there.
Right.
You didn't miss a beat there.
reason. Right. I tried to stay out of it because I don't want to be the fight. But I also don't want to be the guy taking points off you for low blows. And that's happened in a couple of championship fights,
Yeah.
taking points away.
Yeah.
I never want to do that. But if I have to, I will. I
Sure.
have to do my job.
Sure. That's the
You know?
rules.
But to be, and I've heard this not only from you, but it was everywhere. It's all over the internet. That's fight of the year.
Yeah.
Because Monty works from bell 1 to bell 10.
Yes, he does.
And how about when he got hurt? That's where I thought he was most exceptional. His arm was shot, and he
Yes.
was still punching. You knew it because people were asking us, "What's wrong with him?" I said, "He's hurt."
Yeah.
But watch him punch. He was still throwing punches left and right.
I seen the determination on his face when that happened.
Yeah.
Also, he got staggered there. near
Yeah,
the
that's
end.
why I wanted you up here because we know that. I even talked to him after the fight.
Yes.
And
But
his
it
life's a movie. It's Monte, my life's a movie, Mesa Clay. I said mine is too. I'm here with you.
I'm gonna
He
have
goes,
to add
I
that-
know.
I'm gonna have to add
I'm
that
adding it
tonight.
in. Our movies, are all here too.
But when I seen that, and just like the Mexican fighter, trying to think of his name right now, but just
Yeah.
when that happened, he ended up. They were both exhausted.
Yeah.
Well, I don't even know, but what was the punch count? It had to be phenomenal. Monty's-
It was when
and
I
both
saw
of
it.
them.
When I saw it, it was like
For
huge.
that guy to get knocked down, get back up, come back and almost win that round, if it wasn't an 8 round, you know,
Yeah.
8-10 round. To do that, it probably ended up being no, it had to be an 8-10 round. But,
Yeah.
But he came back in that round.
Yeah, he did.
Then he gets cut. He's bleeding profusely. You see it all over my shoulder.
Yeah.
And to come back at the end of that fight, and when Monty got hurt,
Yeah.
they were exhausted. Their legs were gone.
Yeah.
That's Monty didn't get staggered. He just got knocked
You
off.
could see he was sort of rubbery,
It was rubbery.
right?
Wow.
Just
all it was.
that's
It
what
was
we
the red in his
noticed
eyes.
now, right?
He was right there. I knew he was right there with me.
Well, he
It's
kept
just-
moving.
It's just in his legs.
You could
When
see
he
a
went like
wobble
that,
there. Yeah.
And he thought, in all honesty, his forearm was going to touch the rope, and it went through the rope. It slid
Yeah.
through. And that's why it looked like worse than
And
it
you,
was.
from being a fighter, know that.
I was looking right at it.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
You're exactly
that.
right.
That's part of what I noticed about your technique and everything.
Right.
You had to be a great fighter to know these things and anticipate that
I was
stuff.
decent. There were so many good fighters back then.
Yeah.
Patty McGlynn, like I said, Timmy Ward.
Yeah.
I mean, we had so many great guys, you know. The Fiellos.
Oh,
Danny Fiello.
I remember that.
Tremendous
Yeah.
fighters, you know.
Definitely.
And we came to fight. You know, our gyms, our trainers would let us go in there and you know what I mean, like pity pat it run.
Hey, we got to mix up the boxing a little
Over
because we
here.
only got so much time. You gave me some other information here, and I just want a short story on this one
Okay.
because this is great about the last Super Bowl that the Steelers, or it's 79.
79.
Right. So
Okay, well, if there's any,
this was an article in the Pittsburgh Press right after Terry Bradshaw won the MVP. The Steelers win. You happen to be there.
I happen to be there. We went
Now,
down. We
just
went to
just
three-
only a guy from Pittsburgh. I'm not going to say North Side, but those guys seem to mix it up a little more. Just this story's incredible,
I'm proud to be from there. You know?
and I'm surprised you didn't say you were a nephew of the Rooneys, because that would have worked.
Well, that worked in the shower because I'm not a nephew of the Rooney's. Supposedly, Chuck Noll was married to a Staggerwalker. And when I was in the shower with L.C. Green, one of them guys, and they're looking at me like this.
Listen to
From
this.
6'7".
How'd you get into the shower?
Well, the long story short of it is, after the game, I was there with a friend of mine, and we were having a good time. And he decided, he said, hey, let's go on the field and get the ball. People were counting down from, I think, 25.
Yeah.
I said, that's a great idea. And we went down and we slipped through the thing. By the time we got out there was no ball. So all of a sudden, I looked over,
No, he was 24 at the time.
and all of a sudden, everybody's running underneath, all the Steelers, everybody's running off the field and going underneath the stadium, the Orange Bowl.
Yeah.
I was like, wait a minute. I started after him. I go in here. What happened was I almost go right into the locker room because I was dressed, unbeknownst to me, like the ball boys. The steel gold shirt and
Yeah.
black sweatpants.
Wow.
They stopped us at the thing with the camera guys. They said, we'll let you in a minute. Let us get everybody straightened out. A couple minutes later, opened the door. I walked right in. First person I ran to was Terry Bradshaw.
Wow.
He was up on a podium, shook his hand. My neighbor at the time happened to be Jack Dell playing the hydroplane.
Yeah, great running
Ran
back.
back from
Steel bench is over 400 pounds.
Yep.
Yeah.
With you.
School teacher.
With
School
you.
teacher.
No.
You guys are
He's done
working.
it. He worked, actually, to be honest with you, after his, he got his 5 years and Rooney helped him get it. I mean, he played in Chicago, he played in Washington after the Steelers to get his 5 years.
Right.
And I'm sure Mr. Rooney helped him because Jack had bad
Played with the
knees.
Pittsburgh Wolfpack.
He played with the Wolfpack, the Ironman, and he played on all our teams, co-ed softball teams and basketball teams in the neighborhood.
We're
But
covering everything. Finish this story because we got to have you back some other
I
time.
looked down at him and I seen him on the bench, and he's looking at me like, how did you get in here? And I walked down, I sat down beside him. He was number 35. And I sat down beside him and started talking to him. The next thing you know, all these reporters kept come over to me and were going, Rick, can we do an interview with you?
And why was that?
I'm thinking to myself, wait a minute. But anyhow, I leaned over to Jack and I said, hey, do they know me? And he goes, no, you're Rick Moser, number 39.
That's what I wanted you to tell people. That's awesome.
So anyhow, the long story short.
And that's why you were there. We got to have you back
Yep.
because I just want to have story time with Rick
Well,
Steigerwald.
that was a great time. I was lucky and privileged enough to be in there with the guys right after Super Bowl. Who gets to do that?
You do?
You know? Right now, to be honest with you, there's a script. Carl Carlander, the Road St. Elmo's
Yeah,
Fire,
local guy.
put me with his right-hand man, kid that he taught in school, and we wrote a script about this, and we were in the contest.
Save a seat for us.
Yep. For
We'll
the
be
premiere.
yeah, definitely.
We'll have you as announce at the
Oh.
fight, all right?
We'd love to do that.
Hey,
Definitely.
thank you for having me.
You're
Really
welcome.
appreciate
Tell them
it.
again how they get a hold of you for any.
have that. You can have
I can have this one.
Yeah.
Thank you. I'll keep that. This is
It's
awesome.
rperiodstag@hotmail.com.
Rick, it's
Thank
a
you so
pleasure.
much. I appreciate
You're
it.
welcome.
And I'm really looking
Awesome,
forward to
brother.
working with you guys again down at the fight. You guys do a great job. I
Thank
just want
you.
to tell you that.
Thank you very much. I'm glad I met you, and I heard you're a cross-country coach and athlete. Tell me more.
I do shaved ice, and as well, I have my business card right here.
Oh, we're talking sports now. We'll get to that in a minute.
Yeah, all right.
Do you like sports?
I love sports.
Do you have a favorite team?
I like the Pittsburgh Steelers.
You sound like you're trained to say this. Wait a second.
Oh, the Pittsburgh Pirates. I'm a diehard Pittsburgh
You're a
fan.
fucking Pirate fan. I like it.
Yeah.
Fucking Pirates. All right. Go Buccos.
That's right.
You'll be involved in the blackout on Wednesday. That means
Yeah.
wear a black shirt
Yeah.
with a pirate on it.
Oh,
It-
yeah.
It has a P like RP, not the P from Philadelphia. Just so you know.
Nice. Yeah.
Well, what sport do you coach? We're trying to cover
I coach
something.
cross country and I coach track. I'm the head cross country coach and I'm the distance track coach.
What
yeah.
school might this be?
Peters Township.
Okay, thank you.
So
How
yeah.
long have you been doing that?
This is my second year, and I started out as assistant in Ringgold.
Ringgold. Boy, you travel.
Yeah,
Where do you live at?
I live in Upper St. Clair.
Ah, okay. Well, that's close to us in Bethel Park.
Yep.
No doubt. Now, how's this team done? How did they do last year? And this year, did you start cross country?
Yeah, they're doing good. They're working hard.
Are they?
So, yeah.
Is Peters a high school?
Yep, Peters is a high school.
Is Gateway a high school?
Yeah, it
Because
is.
how did they lose like 2 notches and lose their first 2 games? How could he make that comment about Peters?
Yeah.
They might have beat Gateway. I don't know. What'd you do in cross country against Gateway?
We beat Gateway.
Thank you. My man's a humble man. He just won't let anybody know.
And,
Well, since we covered sports, you got any more on sports or
I
what?
did the great race yesterday.
Is that why you look so weak?
Yeah, that's why I'm weak.
Somebody get him a meatball hoagie.
Meatball hoagie.
Can you get him two? He got a carbo load now, and he needs some protein to balance that out, Coach.
Yeah, already did it. It was done. So.
Are you serious? You look like you need another one.
Yeah, I probably do need another one.
How was your time? Did you do better than last year?
It was hot. Yeah,
Oh,
I did
he's
better
making
than last
excuses
year.
already.
I did better than last year, but
That's all I wanted to know. I didn't ask how the weather was. I lived
got
here.
I got 8th place, so I was the last place to medal. Had to fight hard for it.
Did you?
Fight
Would you
real
dive
hard.
across the line?
Something like that. I should have.
We'll have to have Kathy up. Where's the video on that? Can I find that?
It's on kdka.com. You can type "great race."
Oh, man. I usually watch that, but I was too busy this weekend. So watching
Yeah.
the Steelers debacle and other stuff. So
Didn't look good.
I wasn't going to mention
Terrible.
Steelers. Hey, what's this business you have? You didn't give me a card.
Yeah, no, this is yours.
Oh, man. I feel
Yeah.
honored.
Yeah.
What is this? You have a business?
This is-
Prices vary.
Yeah.
I don't know what kind of product it is.
This is shaved ice.
What does that mean?
That's it's like a snow cone, but it's smooth. It's very unique.
Oh, that'll be good for me.
And then
Smooth.
you put in big blocks. You don't have to crush the ice.
No
so-
way. Where do you get blocks of ice in this century?
I freeze it myself.
No
Yeah,
way. I heard
sometimes
there's
I have
only
to
a
buy it.
couple that supply ice.
Yep.
Probably too expensive.
You have to buy it from the supplier sometimes.
You need some ice. He'll
No,
say
not like that. That ice is.
How big of a block do you start shaving?
It's like a 5-pound block.
5 pound. What size?
It's like a bell shape. So
Bell
like
shape.
bucket size. Bucket size.
So you put a bucket in your freezer.
Yes.
Nice.
Yep.
You're a true entrepreneur. I like that.
Yep.
How do they get a hold of you then?
Just.
I don't think we can pull that up. We're not going to try it.
Oh, just email me at speedracer1250@yahoo.com.
Say that slow because I
All right.
listen slow.
Speedracer1250@yahoo.com, or you can call my cell phone at 412-999-6987.
And people are hard of hearing like me from listening to Smoking Jim. You got to repeat
Yeah.
that. Just like when you leave a message on the phone. Give them
yeah.
another number.
Yeah. So,
Here, I'll help you with it.
all right.
412
999
6.
6987.
I knew you needed prompting.
Yeah.
Well, that's how they get a hold of you. What do you deliver this shaved ice at parties and events? And
Well, I have my main locations at the South Park Children's Playground.
whoa, I used to take my kids there.
Yep,
Before
on a
they made it
horse track.
fancy like that.
Yep, and it's a different farmers market too, and I do big events. So I'm always looking for big events, sort of like Swickley Harvest Festival or Ben Avon Harvest Festival.
How about some of these pumpkin things going on in Cannonsburg and stuff like that? Your shaved ice might fit there.
Yeah, there
I'm
too.
trying to prompt you a little bit there. I might have to get a PR job for you.
Nice, that'd be great.
All right, we'll work those deals out later. Coach Wu,
Thank you.
it was
Thanks.
a pleasure.
Pleasure. Thanks
Thank
for having
you.
me on there.
All right. What's going on?
I'm Italian, you know, I bring gifts.
We never noticed.
By the way, I used to box out of Kingsley House.
And I know Billy Kahn helped train
Billy
you.
Kahn helped train
See,
me.
I listen to your stories. I knew we'd get it out of you.
Yeah, and Fritzy Zivit.
And I actually met Fritzy Zivic
You met
Yeah.
Fritz, that's why my heart.
before he had Alzheimer's and was in the VA. It was sad.
I loved him. Billy Kahn, though, trained me hard.
And you know what? Zach Brenner's related to Billy Kahn, our co-host that'll be on a little later. The
Is that
guy
right?
with the beard.
Except for Billy
Yeah.
Carr was always
Billy
on time.
Kahn. He was.
They got a little issues here, but
Oh, well, that's okay.
no, I know you like sports.
I love sports.
We don't want to talk too much about the Steelers, but
No. Who are they?
okay, that's what I thought.
Somebody steal their uniforms last week and play in their own play because that ain't the same team as showed
Now,
up yesterday.
make sure you look at Bill. He wants a great photo
All right,
with
Billy.
us.
Good.
There, we got that.
They're
That'll
not
be
the
forever.
same team. I mean, it's like you bet against them every other week.
Well, here's what I noticed. They scored the first 10 points, Then they scored the last 7. Tampa Bay did.
Yeah.
And that ended the game. That's all it was all about.
That's all it was about. And
Yeah.
I don't understand why they're playing like they are, because they're all getting paid big money.
He's the expert. He'll tell you.
Spoke. I mean, if when I was a kid, the Steelers were playing out of Forbes Field, and they were playing. They were getting
You
like
can't
12.
be that old.
I remember Forbes Field. My dad told me about it.
Oh, okay. That's what I thought. You're too much.
But we had the other Steelers used to come to the VIP, and
Yeah.
the night before, and they'd get loaded, and they'd go out to the Super Steelers, and they were only getting like $50,000 a piece.
Bobby Lane and
Bobby, not Bobby. I don't
he's
remember
in the
Bobby
70s.
Lane. No, I
He's
remember.
talking Super Bowl, like when Rick Steigerwald snuck in the door there.
Yeah.
He's talking about those
When we
days.
threw Terry Bradshaw out of Checkers nightclub. when he
Whoa,
came in.
this is a family show.
Oh, that's true.
Well, how about we bring up, where's one of those Steel Angels?
Where's one of them Steel City Angels?
Yeah.
Well, that's the part.
We
That's
got
that's
we
the
got the
schedule.
Steelers schedule.
There's
Forget
the
that.
Steel City Angels.
You got to get a photo of this.
Yes.
Aaron, you
Steel
got
City
Hold it.
Angels?
You got to hold it.
I'll hold it up like
You're
this.
the founder of
Wait,
that.
this is like when you get your picture taken when you get.
We're
the
not
book.
talking about how many times that happened.
No.
Hold it. Let her get a photo. Hold
All
that
right,
steady.
how's that?
You can talk about it. How many years ago was this started?
35.
And your nephew Carmen corrected you in November of 1979.
Carmen corrects me every other day.
I noticed that. That's why we're keeping him on the sidelines.
And we're having a big celebration next year, 35th anniversary of the
Wow.
Steel City Angels. There's 2,200 retired Angels. You're going to be a guest. You're going to be a guest. They're coming from all over the country.
Hey, can Zach Brenner come too?
Of course.
All right.
Zach can come and what's her name there?
Where?
What's her name? We'll let
Aaron.
you. We'll let you.
Aaron. That's Aaron Ward.
Aaron
Devin Shea.
and Kevin will let you videotape
Devin.
the whole show.
Whoa, we'll have to work something out.
Oh yeah.
Get
Now,
the job.
speaking of the Steel City Angels,
Okay.
America's #1 dance company, by the way.
Whoa.
Since you've been a friend of ours forever,
Yeah.
and Big Jim never gets anything because he's extra large.
No, he's
Extra
quadruple
large.
X. I mean
So-
triple X.
So
I mean
what
something
I did
like
was
that.
we had this made for him.
Did Omar the Tank Maker make it?
We have this made
See that, Kelly?
and he got this made for him. He's got the new Steel City Angels shirt.
Wow, it's a.
6X.
This is an official presentation by Jerry Chip.
I'm gonna wear this to the next Steeler game. I'll be sitting in the press box in this.
Wow, and that's a nice V-neck for all
It's
the
a nice
ladies. and
V-neck so the
shit.
girls can put their hand on your
Whoa! Hey.
family show.
Will that fit?
That'll fit.
It'll fit.
Wow,
That'll fit.
Because of the V-neck.
I like it.
Now, the Steel City Angels is having an open audition in the next couple months. So if somebody wants to audition for the Steel City Angels, they can go to steelcityangels.com and fill out an application.
Smoking Jim, try to guide all those best friends.
Yes.
Where do they go now? Say steelcityangel.com.
SteelCityAngels.com for an application. They can fill one out online. And there's a Steel City Angel Facebook, and there's a Steel City Angel.
Like that Facebook page. All
My
right?
my
Come on.
Facebook. You have to like the Steelers, the Steel City,
City
Angels.
Angels.
They're better.
Here, have one of these.
Have one of
he
these.
needed one of these photos.
He didn't have one. But I became more famous now under Jerry Chip because that's what my Facebook is.
Yeah.
And I go some places and people say Jerry Chip,
Right.
and I go, yeah. My son is DJ Magic Mike, you know that, and my daughter Angel's now on the show.
Here's his real name.
Really?
Yes.
Smoking Jim, here's his real name. I don't know if you could pronounce
Oh,
that.
yeah.
He knows. He know me since a long time ago.
Just
But you have a
checking.
great show.
Thank
you.
you.
Have a great show. You've been a great, and you guys really say it like it is. Not
you.
like these pretend sports shows that they pull the punches.
No, we appreciate your
You know,
compliments.
it's true.
And that free dinner will be nice. The
And the
last
free
one I
dinner?
had was great.
You came to our
You made
reunion.
me walk in a parade for.
You did.
I had to walk in the parade to eat.
Yes.
Yeah, usually I don't have to work that hard. Then your cousin said I could bring. You see, we got this nice banner now.
Yeah.
Said I could be in a car now with
Sure.
a banner.
Of course.
Yeah, Kathy.
Kathy Fusca.
Yeah, she called me out of nowhere and asked me about that.
You're
So
on
we
my-
could be in a car.
She called you out your name?
Columbus Day Parade is October 11th, 11 o'clock in Bloomfield. And we'd love to have you come with the Angels and bring the banner and call
You
Kathy.
want to walk there? Can we ride?
You can ride. You can walk 4 blocks. And if
You
you
made me walk over a mile. That was so
Where
far
was
away.
that at? Where was that at? Which one was that?
That was in Bloomfield. I had to go past where your office even is.
Oh,
we were so far, I thought we were in East Liberty. We were out of Bloomfield.
You had a good time.
Oh, it was a great time.
Oh, you were at the Halloween parade.
Yeah, that's what I'm talking
Yes.
about, the Halloween.
That's why you didn't recognize me.
That's right. He came.
No, I wasn't dressed up. Oh, I was. It's Pittsburgh Sports Line talking machine.
Yes. And we gave you the commercials in the parade. But you ought to be in the Columbus Day parade. So
I didn't
October
know
11th.
about that one.
The
I
Steel
thought
City
it was-
Angels. No, Steel City Angels are starring in the parade, and this will be our 22nd appearance.
Wow.
And we look right now. It looks like Macy's is no longer a sponsor
Right.
of the Channel 11 parade. And Channel 11 is doing it themselves, and it's supposed to be 2 days after Thanksgiving. So as of right now, we submitted our application. So the Angels are now more famous than ever, and they show it all over the country.
And 2,200 former Steel City Angels. That's
And one of them is
unbelievable.
here.
No way.
What, Sendell?
Not Del
Sendell?
Barnes.
Yes.
How can this be possible?
Yes. It's like
She's
world's-
everywhere.
She's everywhere. She was a Steel City Angel, and now we're starting. We have to have auditions because we have some girls leaving town. They're getting married and they're moving away. So Steel City
That
Angel.
does happen. And your daughter's in this.
My
Steel
daughter
City
Angel is. We named her after the company. Steel City. Well,
I got it. I got it.
You got it?
You're a comedian.
no.
Hey, I appreciate you being here.
I love being here.
Thanks. We're
Thank
going to have you back again
Thank
soon.
you. Nice to see you.
Welcome back.
Thank you, sir.
What is going on in your world?
Well, Pitt lost again, so we're 3-2, and we're right where we're supposed to be because we don't want to surprise anybody and be 4-0 or 5-0.
Yeah. Smile for the Bill Boyce photo because this is a legendary photo.
Yeah, right. The good news is the bar's almost sold. Mark got $500,000 down. They gave him the $250,000 bond, and he's going to carry the guy for the other $250,000. So it's almost sold for $1 million.
All right, Mark.
Can I have a meatball hoagie now?
And the good news is you guys are moving to Hazelwood, the Delano Cafe, for the rest of your shows for the rest of the year.
Yeah. Nobody told me this. You are the greatest. You can have more than 40 seconds.
From the suburbs to where they box without gloves on.
Wow. Well, we're going to do a show next week at River City Inn in downtown Pittsburgh. Would you come visit us there?
Yes, sir. I'll come down and visit you.
You're welcome there. We're going to start there and see what happens. Because if this deal falls through, we're coming back.
It's not going to fall through, Uncle Mark's. The Greek's on the deal, baby. It ain't falling through.
Oh, I'm glad this is a family show. And you got 42 seconds, champ.
Thank you. Hey, thanks.
Good luck to you. Kelly, welcome back.
Hi, nice to see you again.
Nice to see you. And
my little buddy.
you just told me something that you actually knew my dad.
Yeah, loved your dad.
Thank you. How about that? She knew him at Duke's Rib and Grill.
Duke's Rib House and Grill, yeah.
So how
Just come
about-
down all the time and visit me.
And Pat Carmack, Coach Carmack, was with my dad all the time, and she knew them. We didn't know. You were on our first show at SIPS back in the first week of February 2013.
Wow.
This is our 81st show. You were on number 1, now you're on 81, so thank you.
All right.
What do you have to talk about? Any sports?
Yes.
Okay,
Where'd Chaz go?
he's there.
I just want to let everyone know what a great person Chaz is, because I asked him for a Tony Dorsett shirt. He said absolutely. He's going to get it to me ASAP.
All right, Chaz.
There we go. We have to keep you on another 10 seconds, because if you're not on more than 42 seconds, you have high heels on? Woo! Hey, Chuck, she gets another minute here at least.
Look at the rings.
Oh, my. Did you watch the game or anything?
Yes, I did. But I did go to the grocery store, and they were winning. And then I got a phone call they lost.
Bet those groceries went right out the window.
Right.
No doubt. But I'm glad you could make it for our last show.
I know.
I appreciate
Sad.
it. Wow.
Because Mark is the greatest person in the world.
Yeah, it is.
And I'm spoiled here.
Same with us. It's
I
been a
know.
good run. We're hoping the deal falls through, but not for the money Chuck
Don't
was
cry,
talking
Joe.
about.
Don't cry.
He's all upset.
Aw. Here.
You have to get him a meatball hoagie or maybe get a
Absolutely.
Build-A-Burger.
Whatever you like.
Because he doesn't drink, so you can't get him a drink.
Water.
Well, he's a ginger ale man.
Oh, there you go. I'll get you a meatball hoagie. I know you love those.
Well,
Okay.
Kelly, thanks again.
Thanks.
You take care. It
Okay.
was a pleasure.
Thanks.
The female Batman is here, Sindel Barnes. Uh-oh, no flash. You got to smile again.
Oh, hold on.
There we go. Welcome aboard again.
Hey, hey, hey.
Hey, your streak's going to have to come to an end. I don't know if you know
I'm
that.
gonna follow. I gotta follow. I just gotta figure out where the next show is.
We're talking Batman, Smoking Jim. There's an outfit for you if I've ever seen one. Look at
Yeah.
the ears.
My best friend actually bought this for me. The one who I told you graduated. So
Yes.
she got this for me. So, you know, it's really comfy. I got the footed pajamas too that have the cape.
See that?
all
You should
about
get that
it.
too, Smoking Jim.
All
And
about it.
Triple X.
I have it.
He has it.
We gotta wear it on the show together.
We're going back to sports. That was a little. Did you watch the
It's black
Steelers?
and gold.
We're done with
It's
that.
black and gold.
How about Steelers? Did you watch any of that, or do you watch the Pirates
I
or
did.
anything?
I watched both games.
Did
So,
you? Were you flicking the remote control?
No, I was listening to the one and watching the other one because I could not find the Steeler game televised on any of the channels at my bar. So I'm not sure if the last one was actually televised or not, but I couldn't find
The
it.
Steeler game.
Yeah, on any of the channels at my bar. So
I heard about that.
yeah, so it was a little
I
bit
was
hard to
looking at
find,
it.
but we were watching the Pirate game. I was really sad.
Yeah.
One of my friends at the bar almost gave me a heart attack because I thought
Why?
we were completely out. And then, you know, because he had to mess with my chain, you know, I wasn't watching, I was
Right.
bartending. Then I found out, you know, we're still good.
We're
can
in
still,
no matter
we can
what.
Still
We
go.
actually have the home field advantage for the
I know.
playoff
I was
game.
like, I'm so excited.
You got to go and wear this outfit. It's a blackout.
Honestly, all I want to be able to say is that I got to see the Pirates play in a World Series effort and hopefully
Well, it's
win
Yeah, we don't know. This
when
is only
I'm
playoff.
alive. Because the last time they won, I wasn't even born. So I feel like they need to win.
1979.
Yeah,
That
I
was
wasn't
it.
alive yet. So
Well,
I'd
your-
like to
your
say next time is
your streak is
2014.
alive. We found out you're a Bucco fan.
yeah,
Can't beat
Steeler
that.
fan.
Steeler fan.
Yeah, Penguin fan.
Penguin fan.
Soon, I got a
They're
baby
playing
blue
tonight.
one,
The
too.
Penguins are playing.
So I got a baby blue one too. It has the bat symbol in baby blue.
I gotta get baby blue.
All right, enough of this stuff. Thanks for coming in. What's going on? How was the trip?
Man, they say I'm a little hard on the Frazier, but I think Juicy J should lay off the meatballs, man, and he won't need that big 5XL.
I don't know. He's down to 3X. Did you notice? It was 4.
Man,
this is 3X.
that 3X is gonna be like spandex. That's what he's gonna use when he's jogging in Penn Hills.
Well, I noticed. That'll be my night shirt. I can sleep in that because I can wrap myself up twice in that one.
We know, Levine. We know, Levine. Give him that
thanks.
shirt.
I can't believe it. Jerry tricked me. He goes, "Did you get a shirt last year?"
No.
I said, "Yes." He goes, "What about smoking?"
Well, apparently
We didn't know if you were going to make it again.
the wheels fell off in the city while I was taking a NASCAR race in
What do you
Dover,
mean?
Delaware. I didn't see too many brothers on Sunday. But that's neither here nor there.
It's right here. No, it's not there. It's here. You can see it.
Speaking of some brothers, the Steelers lost to the Tampa Bay Buccaneers,
Really?
who previously got blown out in one of the worst losses to the Atlanta Falcons. I'm calling for the immediate resignation of the following: Haley LeBeau and Coach Tomlin. There's a guy on CBS that will come back and restore discipline to this team. His name is Bill Cowher.
No,
Bring
he
back the
won't.
chin.
He won't be back. You're delusional. He's
I'm-
got the girlfriend. He got new teeth. He got a nice sweater.
I'll be delusional.
And he
then.
looks great on. You're delusional.
I'll
I'm
be
on the
delusional
record.
then. They got
You're
rid of
delusional.
Shannon Sharp on Sundays.
What's happening? They got rid of Dan Marino.
He was one of my favorites too. They
You
got
didn't
rid of
even
two of
bring
my
it up.
favorites.
Unbelievable.
It's
Kamikaze's
a
buddy,
shame.
Dan Marino, got thrown out of CBS or whatever. What happened? We don't want to know. He tells everything.
I heard he was.
Chuck, no, don't talk to him. He already found out $1 million on the bar. Mark's wheeling and dealing on it. He's holding a note for $800 million and whatever.
If this is truly the last show at Sips before it
is.
comes to Chinese restaurant, I'm glad I made it back in time to appear on
You
this.
know what? Hold on. I just want to show the photo. Oh, man. Everything's falling apart here. You know what? I was sweating this one out so badly. I don't know what happened. You were on the second show. And then, yeah, that's clean. I just washed it again, but it's starting to wear. Look at
Sundell,
that.
you gave it an honorable mention to the throne, but it's
It
just that
continues. It continues.
it doesn't continue.
Yeah, it continues.
It doesn't continue.
Yes, it does.
No,
We're talking sports.
we're talking sports.
Hold
Let's
it.
talk sports.
I got the record on top of anybody. Nobody's even close to it. 81 in a row at Sips. Nobody's touching that record.
Nope, nobody's touching that.
They can't touch
But
that.
in the Tiger Cogger's mind, he has broken that record in his heart. And I want to give a shout out to the Tiger.
You can do that tomorrow when you hug him again. Give him a little hug before he dives across the floor, and you're taking photos instead of us. You're taking him crawling around like he's in the military. But that's another story. Watch the show tomorrow night.
It's truly entertaining, folks. You got to be there to see it. But great event on Sunday. I'm sad I missed the boxing on Saturday.
Oh, we had
When
some great
BPTV
boxing.
films the boxing with Jim Frazier, it actually gets seen by the public. So I'm super excited to get to watch this broadcast from Saturday. I always look forward to it. It's the highlight.
Well,
Catching
hold
up
it.
on
Did
what
you
I
already
missed.
see a little preview? Smoking Jim and I got a photo by one of our friends who's a judge, Sarah.
Oh,
She
that
took-
was a great photo.
She took the photo,
Ringside.
and here's the best part about the photo. Aaron Ward thought she was out of it because she's on a camera stand. Jimmy Savetic had 2 camera stands. She was so happy. We got some of the greatest film of these fights. These will be the best on BPTV ever. And
course.
she was actually out of the photo, she thought. But she photobombed us like Devin Shea does all the time. Yeah, I'm out of this.
Speaking of the Hill District, for
Yeah.
the first time in 30 years, I stayed in Homewood, and that's Homewood Suites in Delaware.
No.
You want the green? I bring you Levine.
Ah, new one. Nice, Sarah. I'll keep that close to my heart.
As you should, as we wind down Sips.
We still got a few minutes.
Well, that's good.
What's the report on the race? Because I was looking for number 88.
Well, one of Jim Frazier's favorite drivers, Jeff Gordon, the number 24 car, he won the race. My guy finished in about 17th place, but he moves on in the chase. And I tell you what, it was close. I sat really close.
That was a
and
nice photo.
I'm having a hard time getting my hearing back.
You didn't have those Marilyn Manson muffers, ear muffers.
I beg to differ, ma'am. I want my check in the mail. I wore these things. I wore these things in
Wow.
Delaware.
They're not reusable, though.
That's fine. I have 2 left. She
Oh,
gave
good.
me 10.
She gave you that many. Oh, man.
So-
I only had 13. Darn.
13, 2 shirts, a hat. You know, Levine
Partridge
gets all
in a
the
pear
good stuff,
tree.
man.
I
Always
know.
gets the good stuff for himself. You know, he got the Under Armour from the.
Well, I try to spread it around, but you guys don't fit into some of this stuff. They even gave me large Bethel Park Hawks shirt. I mean, it doesn't fit
I'm
me.
also happy to report that this morning before I took my swim at the Homewood Suites, before I ate my complimentary breakfast, I got up 5 reps at 225
All right.
before my right arm started twitching a little bit. So I only got about 20 more to catch up to Jim Frazier. But I think 5 is the record, in my opinion. Wink,
Oh, in your mind, it is.
wink. Maybe 10. I might have 5 more to go. To
Today?
get out there, but I
No,
just
if you
didn't
do
feel like
5
pushing
more
myself.
today,
I didn't
it's
feel like
10.
pushing myself.
You know that. It's
I had a lot of
cumulative.
driving to do to get
How
back.
long did it take you to get back?
About 4.5 hours.
Ah, that's minor compared to what we've done.
I know, but we were traveling along the same route that we've been hitting up.
That's the Pittsburgh Sports Line
It
Brenner
is.
Contracting
Express.
route. It's the salt route.
Oh man, I tell you what, I mean, we're good in Jersey, we're good in Delaware, we're not so good in Philly, but for obvious reasons, and we're not so good in Baltimore for obvious reasons, but you know, we're
We
better.
can go there.
We can still go there. I mean, Jim Frazier can't go to Clinton, but we can go to Philadelphia and Baltimore for sure.
Those haters,
I
still, the
guarantee
haters
it.
still like us.
I guarantee it.
Right?
I guarantee it. We blew the Ryder Cup. That's golf. Jim Frazier, in case you don't know, that's when America's best take on the Europeans'
The
best.
Europeans kicked our butts.
They did kick our butts for the third straight time in a row.
I missed it.
You did miss it. I'm
Again,
sure.
you
You'd have
got
to
the
get up at
record
3
for
o'clock.
missing it every
You
year.
would have had to get up at 3 o'clock in the morning to
He
watch
doesn't
the great
sleep.
golf footage
He was up.
in Scotland.
He was watching football film of the Steeler game, looking at all the soft players.
Soft players. Let's talk about Penn State and Pitt. There's a couple, two teams with some soft players.
You know
that
what?
hurt the
What
spread.
goes up comes down. That's what happens in life. Guess what? Next week they'll all win. That's my prediction. Pitt, Penn State, Steelers. Because I hate to bring it up, but I have to. The psychiatrists and psychologists in Pittsburgh made a ton of money today. All you guys that are schizophrenic, we can't win another game. Get rid of everybody. That's all I'm hearing
Hey,
today.
quickly before tomorrow's show, and we got Chip, we got 1 minute. How do you feel about Wednesday, the chances for the Pirates
Fucking win.
with Lariano? And do you think they should have
I
not
thought
started
Edison-
Cole on Sunday? Do you think they should have sat Cole?
I'm old school. Let Cole play
Like
the
way you
regular
talked
season
about
out.
Baseball last week. So.
You like that?
Yeah.
While he
we're
was
getting-
gone.
We're getting well-rounded here, folks.
Well, we got to wrap up this last show. I'm not sure what they'll cut out, but we only have so much time here. I want to thank Sips Sports Bar for everything. We appreciate it. I appreciate the inside information from the Comic. Oh, kid, you want another 2 seconds? You lost weight. He lost weight since we've been here. Get on the camera one time. Stand next to Zach.
Ask me how I lost 22 pounds.
How did you lose 20?
Smoking, cracking
I read my girlfriend's diary.
He is a worldly fellow. And that's the type of show we put on. It's not your normal sports show. Smoking Jim Frazier, Al Levine, the Talking Machine, Zach Brenner, Little Z, the Amish Assassin, the Traveler from Dover, the Bucking Baseball Fan now. Thank you for watching our show from Sips. We got plenty more coming. Just follow where we go next. Thanks for watching us on Verizon 32 everywhere, Comcast 7 only in Pittsburgh, YouTube 24/7. Have a good night. Be safe.
Join us for the first annual Bethel Park Zombie Walk, Saturday, October 25th from 3 to 5 p.m. at Bethel Park High School parking lot. The walk will be followed by a zombie costume contest and light refreshments. Register at Bethel Park Municipal Building's reception desk between Oktoberfest and October 15th during regular office hours. For more information, call BPTV at 412-831-3304. There is a $10 registration fee. All proceeds benefit the Bethel Park Volunteers Scholarship Fund. We hope you will join us for this new Bethel Park holiday tradition.
Ha ha!